special message today, Demystifying Prayer, the many ways we pray. Alysone.
Thank you, Sam. And all of a sudden, I'm shaking. You know, when I was meditating on what topic to speak about, demystifying prayer is what came to me, and I'm like, yikes. You know, that's kind of really putting myself out there in a vulnerable way, and I'm still like really shaking about it, but what a better place to be vulnerable than here. So here we are together from many different backgrounds, some very religious backgrounds, some people with no formal religious background, but perhaps connecting with nature as their spirituality. Or there are those that have discovered their own path, different from their upbringing. I wanted to share this talk today on prayer in all of its forms, not as an answer to everything, but as a big question, to generate thought-provoking ideas for us to ponder and to find our commonality despite the limitations of the English language. Webster's dictionary defines prayer as an address, such as a petition, to God or a God in word or thought. Well, anyway, here are some names for prayer that are in different traditions. Science of Mind uses mind treatment. Monks chant Om Mani Padme Hum as one of their many forms of prayer. In Hinduism, the Sanskrit word for prayer is prarthana, which translates to communicating, appealing, or petitioning the divine. Prayer is an integral part of Native American life. In Buddhism, prayer is not a request to a deity for favors or salvation. Instead, it functions as a form of meditation, aspiration, and inner conditioning. Rastafarian prayers take the shape of deeply spiritual conversations with Yah, centered around giving thanks and praise and seeking protection. Humanists focus more on mindfulness, community support, and positive action rather than petitioning a deity. Unity believes in affirmative prayer. Witches call it spells. Atheists call it the placebo effect. There are also earth-based prayers, and those who sense the infinite in nature. Many of us, though, are triggered by even the word prayer, right? And so we may tend to ignore the value of the spiritual practices of keeping prayer in our consciousness. But there are other terms for prayer that we tend to use on a more frequent basis. Intentions, affirmations, meditation, healing energy, and well-wishing. A second Webster's definition is an earnest request or wish. That opens it up a lot more, doesn't it? Using that definition, when we stop and think about it, in daily life, aren't we praying all the time? Every time we say, I'll keep you in my thoughts, I'm sending you well wishes, I'm so grateful for. These are all forms of prayer. Prayer even shows up on the football field. At this year's World Cup, which Peter and I watched extensively, there was a game against Netherlands and Morocco in the knockout stage. And at the moment the final whistle was blown and Morocco had won, they immediately, in unison, just all kneeled down and prostrated in prayer. Like spontaneously, instantaneously. And it just gave me chills, you know, their gratitude to their God, joy, all of that in that moment. And then in the third place game between England and France, it was a very clean game, and England won, and at the end, several players from both teams huddled together in prayer. And I think in respect of each other, in gratitude for a game well played, and just for acknowledging the high caliber of players that they are. So it lives in us, it breathes in us, as we allow it to. What about our joys and concerns each week? Aren't these indeed forms of prayers of gratitudes, joys, concerns, and heart's desires? We also have the Power of 8 intention group here at FOOF that sets affirmative intentions for ourselves and others and meditate on them every day based on the premise that what we hold in our mind manifests in our lives. The miracles we have experienced within this group have been amazing. But prayer, by any name, is not just a set of words we say. It is about aligning with Source's creative field, accessing that state of consciousness where there are unlimited possibilities, where every challenge is seen as an opportunity for growth, and every problem has a solution. In this way, prayer is something we feel deep from our core and the love in our heart. Like when we are letting someone know we hope they'll get well soon, or praying for someone's health, we are also feeling warm, caring feelings for them. There is a connection between the thoughts of wishing them well and the feeling within us towards them that they will get well, connecting the heart and mind. This is also known as heart coherence, and those that have studied it and studied the effects of heart coherence agree that aligning both the mind and the heart can create miraculous results. In the words of Mahatma Gandhi, it is better in prayer to have a heart without words than words without heart. Mary Oliver voices it in another way with this poem. It doesn't have to be the blue iris. It could be weeds in a vacant lot, or a few small stones. Just pay attention, then patch a few words together, and don't try to make them elaborate. This isn't a contest, but the doorway into thanks and a silence in which another voice may speak. So it isn't about the words so much as finding the silence within, that innate wisdom within, finding the holy quiet, listening to that sacred voice within. Some call it intuition, some call it divine mind, and still others may call it God within. Mother Teresa said, God speaks in the silence of the heart. Listening is the beginning of prayer. And we all recognize that voice when we hear it, when we allow ourselves to be still and listen. Or as it is stated in Psalm 46:10, be still and know that I am God. And then trusting that voice to reveal the truth to us of our current intentions, or to answer the prayer of our heart's desire. St. John Vianney said, prayer is the inner bath of love into which the soul plunges itself. Just as in the song we just sang, get ready, my soul, I'm diving in to the deepest part of me, diving into that inner bath of love to which St. John Vianney refers. There is no wrong way to pray, whether it arises from spiritual clarity or from raw desperation. Love is at the center of both. Prayer changes us. It shifts our energy. It opens us to possibility. And in that shift, the world changes too. As a Unity prayer chaplain for 17 years, my understanding of prayer has certainly changed over the years. Unity's perspective of prayer is that it is an affirmative, conscious alignment with the divine. Initially, the divine felt like praying to a God out there somewhere. Now I believe it's about going within, connecting my heart with my mind, feeling the love that exists everywhere, and feeling it, really feeling it within me. Feeling the gratitude of that most pure, unconditional love to guide me. It is then affirming that love as the truth of who I am, and claiming that love as my truth, accepting it despite my ego's desire to be small. Just as we sing in the peace psalm each week, with love as our center, we tap into that love and realize it fully embraces us. And then affirming my heart's desire, whether that be for my own health, someone else's, or for my yearning to have peace in this world. Then finally listening for what I call my sacred voice, to be still and know that I am. That the presence of this magnificent universe and its infinite intelligence is within me too. As Rumi stated, there is a life force within your soul. Seek that life. There is a gem in the mountain of your body. Seek that mine. O traveler, if you are in search of that, don't look outside. Look inside yourself and seek that. And when I align with that universal divine mind within myself, I can let go and trust that my prayer is being answered to my highest good. It may not always look the way I wanted it to look, or expected it to, or in the timing I would prefer. But eventually I see the miracle of the answer. In closing, when we align our hearts and minds and really invoke the feeling of that deepest love, either for ourselves, others, or for world peace, we are in prayer. As Meister Eckhart said, if the only prayer you said was thank you, that would be enough. So thank you for the love you've reflected back to me today. So right now, I'd like to lead you in a short meditation to experience some of that we just talked about. So as we settle into our seats, you can close your eyes lightly if you'd like. We take a deep breath and breathe. Breathe right into the center of our hearts. Here we are with love at our center, with love as our center. Take a moment and really feel the infinite love filling you. The most pure, unconditional love you can imagine. Feel it fully within you. This pure, unconditional love permeates every cell of your being. This love that pulses within you as your life force. This love that connects you to the deepest part of you. Diving into that deepest part of ourselves, we allow this love to guide us to our deepest heart's desire in this moment, or the big question we are holding. We allow the power of this love to heal us in body, mind, and spirit, and to help us navigate through life's challenging situations. We now envision ourselves wrapped in this love, like a blanket placed warmly around our shoulders. This love is not only in our center, but all around us, and we are one with it. We are one in this love. Feel it connecting all of us right now. And as we sit in this deepest aspect of love within, our heart's desire comes to us in a whisper. So we sit and listen for what the infinite wisdom within has to give us in this moment, in the silence. And now we say thank you. We are so grateful for this time within. We give thanks for all of our blessings, for this time to connect with the truth of ourselves and the power that love can be in our lives. As we become more aware of our surroundings, we still keep this love with us. We radiate this love out to each person in this room today, then to each person in our community, our state, our nation, and the world. Really feeling the peace that this authentic love can bring to our whole planet. For this, we are truly grateful. And so it is.
So it is.
Namaste, my friends.